What's up, y'all? I hope y'all having a good morning. As you can see, I'm on the road early this morning. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a few things with y'all. So all across this country, right? Well, not all across, but in certain cities. Mainly LA and Chicago. You've been seeing these flash mobs pop up a lot, right? And I'm gonna tell you what I think about these flash mobs. I feel like a lot of these flash mobs are orchestrated, and what they're used to do, because they just passed the law, right? I don't know the exact name of the law. I will have to look it up. But basically, what it does is it basically ends cash bail. So, and the same thing in Chicago as well. No cash bail, meaning that you don't have to pay to get bailed out if you get arrested. And then also, if in California, if you're committing a non-violent crime, then they cannot arrest you. I think it's something like that, right? So you have a lot of these kids, these younger dudes, going in the stores and just taking out merchandise at these high-end clothing stores, like the Louis Vuitton stores and your Nordstroms and other designer stores. And then you also had the same thing in Chicago as well, right? Except with Chicago, they be having these, what you would call like large gatherings. But it's really like a flash mob situation as well, right? Because they be having these meetups online. They go to meet up and they cause like a lot of mayhem. So the thing with this is, and then a lot of people been saying that it's just black people doing this. It's not just black people. That's just doing this, right? I seen some other videos where they did have like some of the migrants doing the same thing. It was people of other race doing this as well, but they just like to point to the black people, and they're all wrong. I'm not condoning any of that, condoning anything what they doing, but I most definitely feel like a lot of these things are orchestrated, because right now what they're doing, they're loosening up these laws to cause chaos, to cause mayhem. You know, in society, you have to have a balance of things. That's why laws are put in place. But what they're doing, they're loosening up these laws and allowing these things to happen to cause that chaos. And then once that chaos is caused, the next step that they're going to do is get the people to rally for stricter laws for protection. It's kind of like the same scenario with the war on drugs, right? You had the war on drugs, but you had the crack epidemic, right? So you had the crack epidemic, especially like late 80s, early 90s. And people in the community, they got to a point to where they were tired of it, right? So a lot of people started to rally and say, hey, we want these You want these people to be locked up. You want stricter laws. You want you to be strict on crime. And then bam, 94 crime bill. So it's kind of like a scenario like that. You know, they loosen up these laws. These people are going in the stores and stealing everything. And what this is doing is laying the line for stricter laws. They're going to start implementing curfews. Like, well, we're doing this for y'all protection because this is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted stricter laws. Y'all got tired of people doing this. Y'all got tired of people doing that. And the thing is, like I said, there needs to be a balance. You know, people should not be able to go into stores and just steal whatever. They made that a law like that for a reason. They want to create a purge-like scenario in the United States to where people can do whatever they want. And then they just gonna crack down real hard with the whip. So they gonna give people a free time to do what they want, and then they gonna start cracking down real hard with the whip. And then they're going to really just start implementing complete control. So that's why I think this is going with this whole scenario. I can see it now. I can see it now. And the thing is, all these kids that's doing this, they're doing themselves a disservice. Especially in the future, because a lot of y'all are not even covering up. They have your face on camera. They have your face. So say you change your life around a couple years from now, and you want to better yourself. Well, they got your face on camera. Stealing luxury items from these designer stores. Or they have you standing on these cars. Cars and mayhem in the streets. They have you doing all of that on camera. So say in a couple of years you do want to better yourself. Guess what? They gonna have it on camera like, well, we have you on her doing this. And it's gonna really just mess up your future. Y'all not thinking long term. And you know, the kids, they're at the point to where they already see the decline in society. They see the decline in this country. So they just like, man, it is what it is. It's whatever. Like, our country is dying. This world is dying. So they feel like, hey, let it be a free for all. That's how a lot of these young kids are feeling. And the thing is, you know, you can't, in a way that's understandable, but you can't approach life like that, right? You can work a nine, and the thing is, these kids, you know, they can make thousands of dollars within a few hours just by stealing and then selling these clothes. And that's what they're gonna say, man, why get a job when I can do this? But the thing is, you're most definitely risking your freedom by doing what you're doing. And you putting a target on your back, from all these authorities, the system, or whatever you want to call it. You're putting a target on your back while doing this. So yeah, y'all hurting y'all own future by doing this. People work hard for what they have. Why go in and steal it? And I'm not just talking about these corporations. I'm talking about like the small businesses and things like that. Like, come on, like they work hard for that. They don't want to have to deal with that. Somebody's gonna end up killing y'all. Somebody's gonna get fed up and they gonna end up bodying y'all. And like I said, what they're going to do is soon going to get to the point to where, it's not going to be any of this, because the laws are going to be so strict that you get arrested for the smallest crimes. If they even suspect you doing something, you will get arrested. They don't like you will get arrested. They gon' pass laws like that. I'm telling you. So yeah, man. Everything that's going on now should tell you what type of time that we in. These kids could go get a job, stack up some paper. If they are living with their parents, you don't have no bills. So you can easily get you a job and stack you up some money. This job's paying $18, $19, $20 an hour, right? That's decent for a kid that's still living with his parents. That's decent money to where you can stack up. Say you stack your money up within a year, you barely have any bills. And not everybody's situation is like that. Some people, they may be going through other things that's harder than others. Some people may not have that luxury of being able to do that, which I could understand. But if you do have that luxury and you're out here causing mayhem, stealing from stores, jumping on cars, like why? You can easily do it the right way with your 9 to 5. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Listen, easy. If you want to make some decent pay, but you don't want to just overwork yourself, a good job to do is security. Security is real laid back, and that's my part-time job, right? Security is real laid back. If you go through like a security staffing company, you can make your hours. Also, it's not strenuous work for the most part. It's not strenuous work. It's laid back, and you make a decent amount of pay. Like, I make $18 an hour at my part-time security job. That's good money for a part-time job. And even if you do it full-time, they have it to where you can do overtime and everything. You can do doubles if you like. You can pick up different shifts, especially if you're in a major city. If you're in a major city, they have this. And security is the most laid back job. I work a lot of different jobs. I work warehouse jobs. I don't care for warehouse jobs because to me it's very repetitive and redundant. We do the same thing over and over again. I worked as a union iron worker at one point in time. I didn't too much care for that. What I did like about it was we got to work outside and you doing different things every day, but I didn't care too much for being a iron worker. And then another thing I did, well, what I do now is I work in IT, information technology. I work at IT at the entry level, but it's something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about information technology. I like dealing with technology, dealing with computers and things like that. So when I wake up and I go to work in the morning, I'm not like, oh, I hate my job. You know, when I worked at some of these warehouses and I worked at some of these, even as an iron worker, with some of these jobs, I used to come to work like, dang, man, gotta go to work today. With the job I have now, you know, I don't feel that way because I actually like what I do. So that's another thing. Find you something that you like to do. While you working your regular 9 to 5, find you something that you like to do. Try to get skilled in that, and then start working in that. And then, you know, once you start making some real good money, or if you got you a decent amount saved up, use that to invest in a business. Start you a business. Or, you know, you see a lot of people hopping on YouTube, and you can now get monetized at 500. So I push some YouTube content. You know, don't just make work your end all be all. That's where a lot of people do mess up. Especially like these older dudes. I seen that dude that worked for Yellowstone, right? He worked for Yellowstone for 30 years, and they ended his pension. He lost his whole pension, and he was highly upset about it, which is understandable. But the thing is, you know, people they get so comfortable that they be working for a job for this many years. They be like, oh, I'm gonna work here until I retire. I'm gonna do this until I retire. And the thing is, I be looking at them like, so what if it don't work out like that? You know, what if your pension don't go through? What if you do lose your 401k? Like, what other options do you have? What if this whole company shuts down, like Yellowstone did? Then what are you gonna do? Then what you gonna do? So, yeah, you gotta always have other options available. You always gotta have more than one option available. And you know, I see this country going towards a Great Depression, right? So the thing is, what I'm saying is, you really gotta grind while you can. You gotta get what you get while you can and get prepared for what's going to happen. I'm not necessarily saying be too caught up in monetary gain, but in order to do certain things and make certain moves, you have to have some money in this society. You have to have some money. So if you want to say this whole country does go into mayhem, right? Well, if you haven't been preparing, if you haven't been trying to get some land, get some cattle, I mean, you gonna be out of luck. And I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about myself as well. Like, you know, I mean, I could be in a better place financially, but I'm just not out here like struggling. My bills are always paid. That's not no big worry for me. But the next step for me is to stack some money so I can start to really get some resources like land, cattle, really start to get some resources so I can grow, so I can start to grow food, do stuff like that. But yeah. So yeah, man. That's all I had to say on that subject. On my way to work, I was just thinking about that. And everybody can see it coming for real. You can see where this is going. You know, they got all these migrants over here as well. So they are getting evicted because it's not enough room for them. It's not enough resources for them either. We don't even have enough resources for our own people in this country, but it's not enough resources for them either. So say once they get evicted, then what you think they're going to do? If they don't have no food, shelter, and clothing, housing, they just out on the street. What you think that's gonna turn into? After a certain amount of time, that's gonna turn into desperation. So man, y'all keep y'all head on the swivel out here. Keep it straight. Stack your bread so you can get the resources, so you can get the resources to move how you need to move when shit really hits the fan. Food, shelter, clothing, water. You know, we already got these wildfires everywhere, so you know, we just gotta be prepared for anything at this point. I'm not even saying being prepared is going to be the solution for everything, but at least you're prepared for it. Being prepared is better than not being prepared at all and not having anything and being a complete walking duck. Say you have a apartment or something, right? Say you don't have all the big houses with the yard and everything. Don't have all the fancy setup. You know, it's certain food you can grow inside your house. You can grow food hydroponically. some of those mushroom kits, grow mushrooms. You can grow microgreens, stuff like that. Stock up on some dried food, non-perishable items. You know, say your electric go off, excuse me, y'all. Say your electric go off, you are going to need to be able to have food that's non-perishable, because meat and dairy products, they'll go bad. So you have to have other alternatives. You need to have stuff like pasta, rice, canned food. They'll last a long time. Stock up on water, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm about to get up off of here. But y'all have a good morning.